everybody, I'm Rachel, and this is John, and we are your hosts of The For Show.
The For Show is a weekly YouTube show to help you be more for the people in your life, because we believe that Jesus is for you no matter where you are in your life.
We believe that.
We do believe that. And last week, we finished the series, The Best Relationships. So if you didn't catch any of those, you can always go back on YouTube, check that out. But we talked about listening. So did you have any opportunities to listen this week?
I did, yeah. It actually was a really good one. I'm kind of proud of it. Not tooting my own horn or anything, but doo-doo.
Well.
Anyway, so I actually lead a stay-at-home mom group on Facebook. I'm a stay-at-home mom, if nobody knows that about me. That's what I do. It's my little 18-month-old. 19 months, actually. What's today? He's 19 months. So we have like 120 people now, which is kind of crazy because we started out with like 10, but we have like 120. It's hard to keep track of everyone. But anyways, yesterday we had our monthly mom's brunch. We go to brunch once a month, not every, yeah, every month.
Once a month would be every month.
Every month. We go once a month every month.
It's monthly.
Yeah.
It checks out.
Yeah. Like, I don't understand why that was confusing me.
It checks out.
It all checks
To
out.
come out of my mouth. So anyways, it was about 7 of us that went. One of the moms that was there is currently pregnant, and she has very complicated pregnancy. And it's just important for me to be there for her because of my past, my history of pregnancy. So because of my history, I was able to focus on what she was talking about and what she was going through and empathize and sympathize instead of just in my head thinking of how I was going to respond to what she was saying. So it actually helped me be more for her in our conversation because I could be more engaged and present.
Yeah, so when you listened, you kind of gained her perspective of where she was coming from.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it's easy to do. You can relate.
Well, cool. Well, this week's the start of a new series, which is called You're Not Far. And it's just a glimpse in Jesus' mind just to see who he is for and what he's for. And so we're going to throw it over to John and get this new series started.
Yep, but before we do, stick around because we have some rewards, some reminders, and some recapping to do afterwards. See you soon!
See you soon.
I messed it up again.
That's going to be
It's too many R's.
the bane of your existence.
It is.
I grew up in and around the church my whole life, which put me in a certain set of religious protocols, maybe you too. For a lot of my life, they sort of programmed me, like how I should dress, how I should talk, what music was good, what music was bad, who was good and who was bad, pretty much how I should think. And I thought that everyone needed to fall in line with my religious protocols or they were just wrong. I even learned a phrase that you've possibly learned during a religious career. Love the sinner, hate the sin. Which as an idea isn't terrible, but it's not what really happened, at least not in my life and experience. You know, for me, I learned to love my sin and to excuse it, but then to lay down judgment and hate on all those sinners around me. More on that to come in the next few weeks. Now, if you grew up in a religious environment like mine, you more than likely grew into being uncomfortable around certain types of people. You possibly were even taught to stay away from those types of people. Religion, and specifically Christianity, has come to a place of elitism that has hurt so many people, turning many of them away from even the idea of church, turning others off to God because this must have been his idea. And it sheltered many people from the real Jesus. And if that's you, If you're a person who's experienced this, you've been hurt by a church or by religious people, or maybe you've been turned off because you didn't think the right thing or dress the right way or like the right type of music. You've been maybe turned away because you weren't the right kind of person. If you're looking for Jesus or willing to look for Jesus, I can tell you that you're not that far. Mark writes about many of Jesus' encounters and paints for us a picture of the real message of Jesus, one that is very unsettling to many religious people. In chapter 2 of Mark, we see a narrative that does this very thing. Mark tells us about a time when once again Jesus was out on the shoreline of the Sea of Galilee. He must have liked it there. And as became normal, Jesus had a crowd following him. And he would simply talk with them and walk with them and teach while he was doing this. And while he was walking along the shoreline this time, he saw a tax collector named Levi sitting at his booth. And whether Levi was an independent contractor of the Roman Empire collecting an area tax with a fee for himself, or maybe he was a toll collector taking money from merchants and people in this high traffic area, either way, Levi was not a liked man. He was a traitor to his people and scum in their eyes, someone who should be punished by the Jewish people, especially Jesus as a rabbi. But Jesus responds very differently than expected to this guy. He walks up to Levi's collection booth and he says, "Follow me and be my disciple." Now, there would have been a verbal gasp by the crowd. They all wanted the honor of being a disciple of Jesus. And here's this traitor getting this honor from Jesus, getting asked to be there. Well, Levi accepts and he gets up and he follows Jesus. But the story only gets more interesting from there. In verse 15, it tells us that later, Levi invited Jesus and his disciples to his home as dinner guests, along with many other tax collectors and other disreputable sinners. There are many of these kind among Jesus' followers, it tells us. People known as disreputable, people without a good reputation, they were the ones that Jesus gravitated towards. And people didn't like that. It was unsettling to them. In fact, it says that when the teachers of the religious law, who were Pharisees, saw him eating with tax collectors and other sinners, they asked his disciples, "Why does he eat with such scum?" The religious people flat out called them scum. Worthless, disreputable, sinner, scum. Well then, Jesus, when he hears this, he told them, "You're right, what was I thinking?" Of course he didn't. But if you looked at the church today, you would think that that's what Jesus said. But Jesus saw past the exteriors of people. He saw past the sin and the shame exterior that, are worn on the outside by many people for everyone to see. He saw past the clean exteriors that cover up those same things that can hurt all of our reputation if they got to the outside. Jesus didn't focus on the exterior. He looked for the value in everyone, and he found it. And if we are his followers, we are supposed to see the value where most people don't. But unfortunately, the Pharisees have continued to live well into the 21st century. We don't call them Pharisees now, but many religious people fall into this Pharisee category. So Jesus gave them and us a thought that is unsettling if you're a Christian. And hopefully, if you are a person who has thought about exploring Jesus more, a thought that will hopefully let you know that you're not far from Jesus. What Jesus really said when he heard them was, healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do. I have come to call not those who think they are righteous, but those who know they are sinners, those who know they aren't. This was unsettling to the religious elites of that day, the Pharisees. And it's unsettling to religious elites of today. And possibly it's unsettling to you. Whether you are a person who was raised with religious traditions that have made you uncomfortable around certain people who don't match your ideas of what Jesus is looking for, or maybe you're a person who was raised around religious traditions that you feel have disqualified you. Maybe they've pushed you away because you don't think and act and behave and respond the way that you were told that you should. Or maybe you're a person who has none of this upbringing, but every time you've tried to engage or experience or understand God and Jesus more, you've been met with a set of standards that you just can't meet. The real unsettling thing here is that Jesus allowed some of his closest friends and followers to belong with him long before they ever believed in him. And this is who we are to be as the church. And this is what you can do if you're just not there yet. If you are a Christ follower, a Christian, let me challenge you first to rethink your approach and your heart towards people who are not followers. People in your life who have been hurt or who have just been turned off or turned away by what they've seen or experienced. To be like Christ, we must become people who allow people to belong before they believe what we believe. And if you're a person who has thought about exploring more of who Jesus is, well, first off, thanks for tuning in and letting us be a part of this journey with you, even if just for these few minutes. I know that I'd love to, and really we would love to get to know you in person. Let me invite you to come and hang with us on March 19th as we're for our community, Four Wings Restaurant. Come watch some basketball, eat good food, have a drink, and start to explore. Take a chance maybe and introduce yourself to me or a person in a Bridge Church or a For Dayton shirt or hat, the triangles, or a hoodie. It might feel unsettling, but I promise you, you'll be glad you did. And you just might find that we're normal people and you can belong with us no matter where you are on the journey of believing. And you may find that you're just not as far as you may think.
Welcome back, everybody. John, did anything happen to stick out to you while you were listening to that?
Yeah, I think the thing that stuck out to me was when he said, "Love the sinner, not the sin."
Mm-hmm.
That's always something that sticks out to me. I feel like a lot of Christians are known for what they're against more so than what they're for, and Christians tend to get caught up in whether it's political issues or social issues, and sometimes they can distance themselves away from the people that Jesus would really be like running towards. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
I like that part. So
that was a good part.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to it too.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be something they write down for themselves and quote over and over until they get it. I don't know.
Over and over.
Put it on their bathroom mirror with lipstick. I don't know who does that anymore.
I don't wear lipstick.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Pretzels?
Pretzels.
We have a giveaway for today, and the reward today is
K&R Pretzels.
K&R Pretzels.
Pretzel Factory, actually, not just pretzels.
Which I personally haven't been to it.
I've only been once.
Have you eaten them?
Yeah, I went, but I didn't get any.
You just looked around like it was a library or something? Did you eat any pretzels?
Yeah,
How were they?
They were really good. It's actually close to my house.
Oh.
I'm not going to tell everyone where I live, but it is close to where I live.
It's close to K&R
But it also
Pretzel
has
Bakery.
been, like 2 years probably since I've been there. So they might have changed, but I doubt it because from what I hear, they've been there for a really long time.
Yeah. So
but it is a small little place. They have little mini pretzels. I believe they're little mini ones. But man, are they good.
We have a $5 gift certificate for anyone.
How are they doing the giveaway this time?
They are posting on Facebook and Instagram on Sunday afternoon about the giveaway. Yep. And you can like that to enter your chance to win.
Or you can tag someone else, just like last week, tag someone else and they will be entered to win. That's a great way to be for someone who you just want to do something.
Yeah.
Something nice for. A little pretzel gift.
Yeah, pretzel day.
It doesn't have to be pretzel day to eat it.
No, just every day's pretzel day at K&R.
It is. I wonder.
Well, except
That
I
should be
think they're
there.
closed on Mondays or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Something random
Just
like
Google
that.
it before
But
you go, okay?
anyways,
Don't waste your time. Don't waste their time.
Not important.
Anyways,
But yeah.
how are our circles going?
Our circles are going great. From what we've heard from the leaders, it's really just been really good way to just be for each other.
Yeah.
And we pray for each other and talk with each other, and yeah, so just being for each other.
It's good.
It's been good.
I like it a lot. Events. I know we only have the one, but it's still kind of exciting for
We
you.
have the one.
Oh, no.
We have the one. March Madness. Friday, March 19th, 6 to 8 p.m. Join us at Wings. No reservation needed. We're just going to show up and guerrilla style just take over the place.
Guerrilla style.
We're just going to kick
Is that
the
how
doors
you go to
open.
restaurants?
Yeah, just bam, give me some wings.
Woo!
And but
You don't know who's going to be playing yet? I don't know how basketball works. No.
well, you might see a very disappointed John Tucker because Virginia is currently on a 3-game losing streak.
That sounds embarrassing.
It's not great, but a lot can happen
You never know.
between now and the time that this video airs. So we'll see. Show up at Wings to see what kind of John Tucker shows up.
Yeah.
And yeah, but nonetheless, it'll be a great way to introduce yourself to some of the people and
And to be wings.
and to be for Wings because
The wings themselves or the restaurant?
the restaurant because we like to support local stuff and so come and leave your waiter a nice tip. And,
Here's a tip.
Yeah.
The website is where they can find all of the information about Wings, the time and the day and the madness of the March event.
Yeah.
And that's also where they can do all their giving.
And the Church Center app too.
And the Church Center app. You can do giving on the Church Center app and on the website.
Yep.
Double points if you do both. No.
Yeah.
But the giving is super important. It's what keeps all of this happening. It keeps our giveaways going. And it just is what keeps us being for Dayton and just our areas, our surrounding areas of Dayton. I don't know how far we go. It's probably far. But all of that can be found on bridgedayton.com, Church Center app, or if you missed all of this rambling, you can find all of it in our show notes.
Yep.
And that'll have all of our apps and websites and music-related things. I don't know what he puts in there.
You'll have to find out for yourself.
Yeah.
So
Podcasts also.
Yep, podcasts also. I listen to the podcast. It's really good. Well, I mean, it's the same thing, but just in audio form.
Sometimes you need like a midweek reminder.
Yeah.
You just listen to it
You
while you're
can
walking around.
listen to it anytime. So yeah, just click like and subscribe on this video here, and really just you can be for the people in your life by sharing this video with them. Yeah.
Either personally or on social media for everyone to see.
Yeah.
If you want it to be out there forever. That's why we do it.
Exactly.
That's all I have.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm done.
That's all I have.
Okay, good. We're done.
Let's go back to March Madness.
Let's not.
So.
Well, thanks for joining us today. And that's all I got.
Yeah.
Hope you have a great week. Go before somebody.
Yeah.
Pretzels.
And pretzels. And basketball.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm really jealous of whoever won that pizza. Beaver Creek Pizza.
Oh, Beaver Creek Pizza guy, yeah.
And you can hold it there.
Comfy blanket.
Stanley, it's pretzel day!